sunrise over one of the most unique landscapes in the entire world. Welcome to Cappadocia. So we just finished a night bus from Antalya to Cappadocia, and since we got here at like 5:30 in the morning, I decided to take advantage of the fact that we were up so early in the morning and come and catch the sunrise. We've come to one of the many valleys here in Cappadocia. I don't think this actually has a name. It's just a great lookout point a little bit south of Goreme. I will link the location down below. But we've seen the hot air balloons rise. Flying the drones up there was just beautiful. It is honestly one of the best sunrises, if not the best sunrise I've ever had in my life. It is also freezing cold, and it looks like I'm just wearing a t-shirt and shorts, but actually I have a sweater right there. So I am very cold, and even though the sun is literally shining on me right now, it is still really cold. So do keep that in mind if you're here in Cappadocia and you want to come and check out the sunrise. You can see all the fairy chimneys, which are those like cliff-like things that are protruding out from the ground. It is beautiful. It is really one of the most magnificent views ever, and you can see the hot air balloons just drifting across the sky. Yes, it's truly one of those bucket list items, and being able to do it right here in Cappadocia with literally no one around me. I have this entire panoramic view to myself is just amazing. As you can probably tell, the sweater is back on. It is very cold, but the sun is starting to shine a little bit more, so it's starting to get warmer. It's currently like 7:50 in the morning, and I'm going to take advantage of the fact that we've woken up so early to start visiting some of the sites. This valley here is really near a place known as Uchizar, and at Uchizar there's a place called Uchizars Castle, which is this huge cave that sticks out from the ground. We're going to go visit it. So that thing right up there, that is Uchizars Castle. And now we gotta climb all the way up there. This is gonna be fun. We have now arrived at our first stop here in Cappadocia. We've walked over to the town of Uchizar, and this structure right here is probably one of the most famous structures in Cappadocia. This is Uchizars Castle. So Uchizars Castle, which is the site we're at right now, is the tallest point in all of Cappadocia. Because it's the tallest point, you gotta climb a lot to get to the top. We're not even at the top yet, and let's just say my calves are burning. Now this castle gives you an amazing view of all of Cappadocia. You can see all the different valleys across the entire area, so it's a very good way to get a sense of where you are in Cappadocia. What does the map of Cappadocia look like? So you can see over there, there's Goreme. You can see here is of course Uchizar. You can see all the different valleys from here. So it's a great way to sort of understand where in Cappadocia you are. Now entrance fee into the castle is 15 liras, which is extremely affordable. And there are paved stairs all the way for you to go up to the very top. Now, this castle originally was one of the largest population settlements in Cappadocia. Many people lived here, but because of some dangers, because of erosion, the rocks started falling. So people started moving away, and quickly this place became abandoned until they renovated it as a museum and turned Uchizars Castle into what it is today. So there's a lot of history here at Uchizars Castle, but the view is exceptional. All right, I think I'm done with my break. Let's keep hiking up. I would say that the castle itself, there's nothing really special on the inside. There's no like traditional like Christian paintings or any of that stuff which you'll find in other valleys here in Cappadocia. But I will say the viewpoint is exceptional. Like I mentioned, this is the highest point in Cappadocia, so there is no better place in this entire area to get a view of Cappadocia. So come here for the view. It is a really cool place, but yeah, just climb up to the top, enjoy the view, and then you're pretty much done with Uchizars. We have made it down to the bottom of the area, Uchizars area, and we're gonna head back to Goreme, and I think we're gonna go explore maybe a museum or some other valleys in the area. We'll see, but I'll update you guys when we head back to Goreme. Welcome back to the town of Goreme. This is the main hub for most people. There's a bunch of little hotels, restaurants, anything you need, and especially for visitors and tourists, this is the main hub you're going to be going to. And at night it just completely brightens up because everything becomes open, especially for food and drinks. So this is the main place that you're going to be probably staying if you're visiting Cappadocia. Now Goreme is a great city and all, but let's go check out a museum.
Maybe need this list. Maybe need this is your car. You must look in the inside. There's a dark.
So when it comes to museums here in Cappadocia, just like Istanbul, there is a Cappadocia Museum Pass. And that pass, as of today, costs 190 liras, which gives you access to, I think, 12 churches or museums altogether, which I think is quite worth it because just the Goreme Open Air Museum itself costs 75 liras, and that's a little less than half of the overall price right there. The museum itself is wonderful. You have all these ancient churches hidden inside the rock face. It's surprising that the rock faces look so ordinary. They're just like white, plain rock faces. But when you go inside, it's the most colorful, vibrant church that you have ever seen. And it's a Byzantine style art, so all the artwork is very flat. But it's still shocking that they have such well-preserved churches hidden within these rock faces, which look completely ordinary. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to show you much of the churches because filming and photography inside the churches are prohibited, which from what I understand is only a recent rule, maybe a couple years ago max. So yes, unfortunately nowadays, no photography, no videography, and they have guards stationed outside the church to make sure you don't do that. You can also rent an audio guide which helps you explain everything, but if you just pay attention and understand a bit of Christianity and Christian history, you should be alright in understanding what the churches are talking about and what artwork depicts what scene from the Bible. We've now come to a place known as Zemi Valley, or if you translate Vadisi from Turkish, it's Zemi Valley. So this valley apparently is supposed to be a really nice walk. It's about 5 kilometers from the northern point, which is near the Goreme Open Air Museum, all the way down south to this main road, which is south of Uchizars, which if you remember we went to earlier this morning. But it's supposed to be a really nice walk, and apparently there are some churches along the way, so let's see what we find. Just been on the trail for about 10-15 minutes. There's a church called El Nazar Church, but unfortunately no videos or photos inside as usual, so you're gonna have to use your imagination or come here and see for yourself. But if you keep going in the direction of El Nazar Church, you get off the path, you come to this building right here. Now these little holes, you might think, you know, maybe they're used for storing stuff or maybe putting food or something. At least that's what I'm thinking. But turns out these little holes used to be pigeon homes. So people would carve these holes and use them as pigeon homes because they needed to transmit messages in the past. They didn't have internet. So these pigeons would stay here, and when they needed to send a message, they would take them out, let it fly, come back, then put it right here. So this is basically the ancient mail system of Cappadocia. Oh, finally. About 3 hours later, we are out of the Zemi Valley. I will say that that is probably one of the toughest hikes here in Cappadocia. It's not very steep, it's not difficult, it's just that there's so many trees and shrubs. So if you were to go, A, make sure you bring enough water. B, make sure to have long pants because there are some sharp thorns there. Anyways, we're gonna head back to Goreme now. It's gonna be a very, very long walk. Welcome back to the city of Goreme. It's been almost an hour and I literally don't feel anything beneath my calves. So tonight I'm gonna be sleeping like a pig because my legs are, I feel like they're gonna break any moment. But we're not done for the day yet. We still have a sunset to catch, and I think I know a place that is supposed to be really, really good to catch the sunset. So I'm really excited. Of course, we gotta walk there. My legs are going to complain even more, but we don't have a choice. Let's go ahead and head there. All right, turns out that Love Valley is much farther than I expected, and I ended up hitchhiking my way here. But we are now at the place. During the hitchhike, someone explained to me that actually Love Valley isn't a very good place for sunset because the mountain sort of blocks off the sun, so you don't really get it shining on the fairy chimneys. So we made a mistake, but that's okay. It still looks gorgeous. I'm gonna try and fly the drone, but yes, for next time, if you want to come to Love Valley, come during sunrise because that's apparently perfect for this place.